All right, problem 3D, angle between lines, because sometimes you need to find an actual real true angle. Let's say you're laying pipe, like the electrical line that has to go underneath the ground, and you're having to lay it to specific measurements because you're having to work it around piping. Let's say that's the plumbing's piping in there. There's different things in there. There's a gas line you have to run. You have to run the gas line. The gas line has to go around your plumbing and electrical through the ground, and it has to maintain a certain clearance and blah, blah, blah. So there are times when it comes in when you're going to need to know how do you do that. So let's start off again, just like we would normally do anyways. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these, just because I know I'm going to need to. A horizontal line. So I've lined it up. And I'm just going to lightly connect them for right now. Okay, that's all I'm doing right now. Sorry, excuse me. So what I want to do is I'm going to want to draw a line perpendicular to this line 1, 2 through 1. So how do we do that? Take the paper and line it up. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, right? So that's our line. I'm going to bring it up. There's the triangle on it. And draw that line right there. So that's my fold line. This is now my fold line. Now I'm going to find my little a and find my little b, so I can find the true length of this 3 to 1, 2. So again, I'm going to untape it and move it so you can see a little better. So our little a measurement that we're looking for is the distance from here to here. That's little a. And then our little b is the distance from here to here. So let's find little a. Oh, and I should have done that when I was taped down. Dang it, I wasn't thinking. Sorry, guys. See how that's line right there? I want to pull this down, and I need to draw that parallel line to 3 too, because I kind of need that. All right, sorry. Okay. Line A. So there's measurement A. Measurement little b. That's little b. So that's going to give us the true length for that line. So this time we're finding true length, but then we have to find the triangle, the true length. I know that sounds a little weird, but that's what we have to do. So this is now, that would be 3, and that's 1, 2, and this is the true length of it. Now I'm going to use this, and I'm going to draw my lines perpendicular off of it. And then I'll draw my parallel line 3.2. So take that true length line out and line it up. Taper everything down so it doesn't move around on you. To draw my line parallel through 2 to that true length of that line. Draw my lines perpendicular. And find our little measurements again so that we can transfer over so we can find the actual real angle. Okay, so we need to find measurement little c. We need to find from there to there, which would be the little d. And then we need to find that line, which is little e. So we need to transfer those over. So C here. So on the 3, mark it, because there's our little C. D comes on that 1, 2, so that 1, 2 is going to be back over here. Oh, how unusual. That doesn't normally happen that way. There's our little D. And then E continues out on that line. And I'm hoping it's long enough that I don't have to go back and redraw, but we're going to find out. So I get my E from D. Oh, it is. Yay! Because that's our little E. Right? And then now let's actually draw it. There it goes. Okay, 1 second, sorry. So we now have 3, 2, 1, and then this angle here is the true angle. And you have to take your, sorry, where are you hiding it on me? Can't find mine, where did you go? Use your protractor. Sorry, I can't find my protractor, I was going to show you. You're going to take your protractor and you're going to lay it on here and you're going to find what is that triangle, the line. So you take your protractor, line it up, just like kind of we did for the azimuth, and find the triangle line, and that'll give you the triangle here. Okay, so we're going to do similar, very similar process for down here, except for this time we're looking for a bend and an elbow. So we're finding where it bends and it comes through. So sometimes you need to do that with some pipe, or it needs to curve, or electricals running through, etc. So here we go. So step 1 on this one's a little different. We want to get a perpendicular line from the end of point 4 through 1. So we're going to want a line going perpendicular through that. So what we do is take your triangle, it doesn't matter which one, and I want to make sure that this flat edge is here. Till it hits, this flat edge comes through here. Does that make sense? So see, this is the flat edge here. So I know that this edge is hitting on the point 4 here. There we go. So that it's going through. That's all I did was find my perpendicular. All I did was find that perpendicular, the angle here. So that's all I did for that edge right here. So I got the perpendicular edge for 4 through 1, because that's going to give me the line, the angle, etc. that I need. Now, I know that this is the perpendicular edge, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this and line it up so that I can draw these lines over here. So that's going to become that. So I want to draw a parallel line. For 5, and then for 6. Oh, 5 and 6 kind of lines up, doesn't it? I'm gonna lose my mind. No, they line up. Okay. Okay, so now let's find our measurements. We want to find the distance from here over, which is our little a. Distance from here, which is the little b. So we're going to transfer on this line And I need to continue that out, the distance A and the distance B. And I'm just going to use my triangle to do that. Oops, wrong one. I'll transfer A. Little a, transfer B. Oh wow, I could do that up again if I was trying. So that gives us 4. And 5. Give me a second. So that's not looking. Yeah, that should go to there. Ah, there it is. I'm like, I know it looks off slightly. It's not much. Barely much of a distance, right? I had to find that 5. I was like, I knew it was driving me crazy. I was like, I know I'm missing something. Where is it? Where'd it go? There we go. Sorry. I was missing just that little part right there. Because that's going to give us 4. And then that one gives me 6. Okay. Oh, my nose is driving me crazy. All right, so next is we want to draw. Where's 2 on here? Where did point 2 go? Okay. Point 2 is missing, so I'm going to have to go back and add it back in and so that you have it on yours, but I'm just going to pick a spot for point 2. Okay, the next line needs to go parallel to this one, so I'm going to go add it back in so that you have it on your drawings, but for here I'm just going to pick a place. So I'm going to take this, line that up. I'm just going to pick a distance for right now. I'm just going to pretend like this is 0.2 falls through here. So I'm just going to pretend like 0.2 is right here. So I've drawn my line parallel through a 2. Excuse me. And now we need to transfer a couple more measurements so that we can get them, so that we can find points, the actual the 4, 5, 6 over here, so we can actually find the true angle. Come on, nice. There it goes. Okay. Oh my geez, a cracker. Sorry. All right, so we need to find actual true distance here. Why am I having a brain fart? Hang on, sorry, 1 second. We need to find F. We need to find F, D, and E. Little F, little D, little E. And we're just giving them these names to make it a little easier for us. So we need to now find what's the distance from here, the little d. What's the distance from here to here, little f. And then, of course, what's the distance from here to here, little e. And then we're going to transfer those. So let's find, let's do little d first. So So I find little d. I know little d falls on that line, so I'm going to bring that up to here. See, that comes up to here and here. So that's going to be my first point. So I know that that's going to be 6. See how it lines up. Okay, now let's find little e. So I got e. That should give me 0.5. So little d, give me 6. Little e, give me 5. And then I'm going to find f to get the other side over here, so I can get number 4. So f, there we go. That's 4. And I'm not really going to draw these in too dark right now. I mean, dark enough so that I can see them, but not too terribly dark, because they're actually going to be hidden lines, because it's going to be a bend. So I'm going to draw it dark enough for me to see, because I do need to find the true angle. I need to know what the TA, what that true angle of that angle is. But what I want to do is on that inside of this triangle, I want to be able to put a bend that has a radius of 3. So I want to have a pipe that has a bend of a radius of 3. Now, how do I do that? Well, we're going to have to go back to some stuff we did way back, and we're actually going to bisect this angle. The way you do that is, remember to just lightly draw. Not that much. There we go. That works better. Come on, get right on the right spot. Come on, there it goes. So I have to bisect that angle because I have to find out where the exact halfway mark is, where it's coming back. And then I got to use my architect scale again. And I know it's going to have a bend with a radius of 3. So I'm going to find that 1/4 inch scale equals a foot. And measure 3 inches, or 3 feet, sorry, with it, where it fits on my scale at 3 feet. Find that 3 foot mark. And then pull it back along that line to where it hits both sides. So I'm looking for where it hits both. There it goes. Because that's going to give me, see how I found where it hits here and hits here, and it brings it over. And then, so that I can tell that it's a bend and then it's a pipe, I'm going to use my center line, just because that makes it easier for me to tell that that's what that is. It's representing the pipe, the laying of the pipe. Four, 5, 6, and yes, I still need to know what that true angle is, but I also needed to find it to put in there for the pipe bend. So then you would take your protractor and lay it down in here again, and then find out what is that angle, what is that true length of that angle. And then of course you need to complete the title block, the date, drawing, etc. All right, only 2 more drawings to go, or actually only should say there's only a 3E and a 3F to go.